All right, our next speaker will talk about trends in mobile content promotions in Thailand, no? Specifically on search, on SMS, and ad networks. He is a CEO of MCN, a leading mobile marketing solutions provider with offices in Tokyo and in Bangkok. He has over 20 years of experience in the search and digital content industry, a founder of two venture-backed companies. He previously worked for Sony Corporation in corporate and business planning. He was also named as a top 50 executive in the mobile content industry by Mobile Entertainment Magazine in 2008. Mark has written numerous articles on interactive media. He has been a frequent speaker at industry conferences and research centers in the US, Asia, and Europe, and has several issued patents related to the interactive media. He holds MBA and MA degrees from the University of Chicago and is a graduate of the University of Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marc Bookman.
Good. So I have a very big challenge today, which is it's now 4:30 or so, yes, and this is the hard part of the day, and I have to come after Angry Birds and tender, juicy hot dogs. I don't know how I'm going to do it, and the topic is Thailand. So now I know everyone loves going to Thailand and visit there. What I'm going to try to do, I think there are two questions that are relevant for you all about Thailand. One is, I think Thailand and Philippines are very similar markets. So what are the things from Thailand that we can take and apply to the Philippines? And number two is many of you are working on regional campaigns, regional products, and the question would be, when should I do mobile in Thailand? So hopefully those are the two things you can answer yourselves after this. Quickly on MCN, if you don't know who we are, so mobile marketing, mostly on the platform and the media side. We develop our own applications, and we also work with others. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. And so we're sort of structured out of Singapore. I live in Tokyo, but our main hub is Thailand for this region. We've been here in the Philippines, and our team over there, Montri, I think many of you in this room know him. He's been working in the Philippines for quite a while on some things. So with that, that's our office there. So let's talk about mobile in Thailand, what's going on there. So 69 million people in the country, 74.5 million subscribers on mobile. So many people have a BlackBerry for work and another phone for personal. 18.3 million internet users, 13 million mobile web users, and growing fast. So the mobile web users will overtake the internet users in Thailand fairly soon. 9 million smartphone users. So one big difference, I think, between here and Thailand is, although it is clearly happening in the Philippines too, the smartphone shift has happened fairly significantly in Thailand at this point. And then you can see we have three operators, AAS, DTAC, and True. They're very, very active in terms of working with the industry and building applications. Another interesting thing about Thailand, as you can see here, compared to Philippines and Indonesia, the mobile value-added services market has been growing for quite a while and is the biggest in the region, projected to be over $1 billion by 2015. I'll talk about what the reasons are for this shortly, but there's quite a bit of money spent on mobile content in Thailand. So a lot of people who know Thailand say, hey, but aren't they still fighting over the 3G auction there? Because 3G hasn't really happened. So because a lot of people are interested in that, I'll talk a little bit about it. So a bit off mobile marketing, but the question is what's going on in Thailand? You got to say, well, what's going on with 3G? So you can see this little chart there. It shows what the cost of the mobile operators were for the existing licensing scheme. It's called the concession scheme, where CAT and TOT, the two landline operators, basically own the mobile spectrum and subleased it to the three operators. And you can see, I think it's 27% of their revenue got paid to these guys just to get the sublicense to the spectrum. And then a lot of the infrastructure, when it was built, had to be turned back over to these guys. So not really a good deal, actually, if you think about it. So there's still no 2.1 gigahertz service in Thailand. And as I explained, 2G was under this concession scheme. So the big fight has been, well, how do we get off this concession scheme and do a real licensing scheme for the mobile operators? But the first 3G auction in 2011 was canceled, basically a fight between the telco labor unions for TOT and CAT and big business represented by the mobile operators. And so the regulatory agency that was supposed to give that license out was deemed unconstitutional. And we won't talk, that could take the rest of the time up to talk about that. So a new agency was created, and so what the operators did is they launched 3G under 850 and 900 megahertz, but couldn't charge for it. So they gave it away as part of the existing 2G service, so you just got it for free. So True has already got this True Move H service that's running in Thailand, basically almost 3.5G quality, but it's not really 3G. AS and DTAC have capacity problems. They need 2.1 gigahertz, so that's why there's still a lot of pressure to get this done. So they just completed the second 3G auction last month, and no surprise, the three mobile operators are the ones that won. But this is Thailand. It's being challenged in court because they say that it wasn't fair. But that's probably going to fail. The challenge is probably going to fail. So most people believe that by next summer, 2.1 gigahertz will be available in Thailand. And although 4G services, and some people are saying, well, Thailand should just go to 4G, forget 3G. But the devices that are enabled with 3G are pervasive. The operators are ready to go with this. So it's going to probably be exploding there next year, is what we project. So what are the key factors that are driving that high value-added services business and the technology there? First of all, the operators compete very heavily with each other, and all of them have very active content and co-marketing activities with the industry. You can see here also is that the infrastructure, 4.4 up and 4.01 down for the H network is pervasive now. Anywhere in Bangkok, you'll get this kind of service. So it's pretty good. We see Thai consumers being very willing to adopt new things and try things even if they're beta. Doesn't have to really work, and well, we'll try it. And so Thai consumers are very forgiving and very trendy there. Since 2003, Nokia has been very dominant in Thailand. So the Edge network was very good. So that's enabled quite a bit of download and other kind of mobile content business there. That's also helped. And I've already talked a little bit about the networks there. In addition, there are about 80,000 Wi-Fi hotspots around Thailand. So it enables fairly good connectivity. Even if you go off 3G, you have Wi-Fi there. And for people who visited Thailand, you know that there's these phenomenally nice shopping centers popping up everywhere. You wonder how they can keep building these beautiful shopping centers all over Bangkok and the region. And then they're jam-packed with people. So electronic superstores there are driving competition on the price of the devices. True just launched a sub 3,000 baht, so a sub 100 Android promotion this past month. And so these low-end Android devices are going to be flooding the market in Thailand. So I don't want to just talk the whole time, given the time, so I've prepared a bunch of videos here because I'd like to show you Thailand and not just some American guy up here talking about Thailand. And so the three mobile operators, what I want to do is show you how they're marketing themselves, and it'll give you a little bit of flavor for what's going on. So let's first do DTAC. Bear with this one. It's a little long, but there's a reason for showing it.
ชีวิตผมบ้าพอที่ทำได้ทุกเรื่อง แต่บางเรื่องที่ง่ายผมกลับไม่เคยกล้า เราแสดงความรักกับใครก็ได้ แต่ไม่ใช่กับครอบครัวของเรา บางทีอยากกอด อยากหอมแก้ม แต่แค่จับมือก็เก่งแล้ว
ต้องระวังเรื่องอาหาร และก็อย่ากินแป้งเยอะนะครับ
แต่เราก็มีวิธีแสดงความรักในแบบของเรา
ตั้งใจเรียนนะต้น
ครับตามดูแลแม่ด้วย
ต้นของพี่ต้น
เอาละครับแม่สวัสดีครับ
แม่ พี่ต้น
แม่ต้องมาอยู่แม่ดูแลตัวเองด้วยนะครับ อย่ากินหวานให้มันบ้าลดแป้ง อนนอนก็ห่มผ้า ใส่ถุงเท้าอุ่นๆ ต้นรักแม่ครับ
ต้น
ที่สุดของเทคโนโลยีคือการเชื่อมความรู้สึกถึงกันอย่างราบรื่น D-Tag 3G
I wanted to show that because it shows a different way of marketing mobile technology than I think we've seen, and it's been very effective. This campaign keeps continuing, different stories in this family. In some sense, similar to what we see in Japan with SoftBank, with their family that has a dog as the father. But this one's been very, very successful. So just a little bit of more variety. So True has got a very different approach to marketing mobile to the consumers there.
สู่ชีวิตอิสระกับเครือข่าย 3G+ ที่ครอบคลุมมากที่สุด True Move Edge 3G+.
So this was put out there to market the new 3G service by True, and it's been very, very successful, the adoption rate of this service there. I think I'll skip AS and go back to the presentation. So let's talk about mobile media in Thailand then. And what I want to do is give you some examples of the different kind of media that's available there. First of all, in terms of where digital fits in Thailand, I think the situation is very similar as it is here. You can see that digital itself is only 3%, and I don't think anyone can fairly estimate what mobile's percentage of this is right now. It's still small. So yes, under 1%, but probably less than 0.5%, I would say, of the total spend right now. And it's the same story, which is TV is dominant. And all of the big brands, they're set up to do TV marketing. The teams are separate. Some of the things we've heard about today. So that's the same situation there. However, the overall advertising spend is growing, and the internet advertising spend is growing, but it's small. So just like the Philippines, Thailand is also one of the big social media countries. So number 4 right now in terms of after the Philippines, noteworthy there, but also very, very strong. And I think most big brands are looking at Facebook now. The political parties in Thailand in the last election was all conducted on Facebook. So it's really become a standard there at this point in time. Mobile search, this is just a caveat, this is run by our company, but basically all 3 mobile operators have search on their portals with all the local Thai content integrated there. So if you're looking for any Thai content, you want to find out what people are talking about on Twitter, you want to find a Thai mobile site, you can go to any of the mobile operators' sites there, and you can search and find the content in Thai. And as far as an ad product goes, we've been selling ads in this service since 2006, and it's completely sold out. So if you look at a typical media in mobile today, a 10-15% fulfillment rate would be good, and this is sold out. We need more space to sell, but this basically works for the advertisers very, very well. Yarko is just here before me, and we're working closely in this region and in Japan with Angry Birds and with Yarko. And these are the numbers for Thailand. So you see 14.4 million downloads and 2 million active users per month in Thailand. If you're interested in the Philippines numbers, we can talk about that later, either ask Yarko or us. But my comment here would be, and this is what we're actually talking to a variety of advertisers in Thailand about, is to say, for TV advertising, a lot of the good TV programs are sold out. So you can't really get to the users that you're interested in. And for that matter, because PC digital is so small, that doesn't solve the problem either. But if we talk about reach, Angry Birds has a pre-roll ad unit where you can put video, and you'll probably reach a lot more with the video pre-roll ad unit than you will with most TV programs. Of course, not primetime, but many of the programs that would get at various targeted audiences. So a lot of people in Thailand are interested in doing video advertising with Angry Birds. And I think that'll be the same thing here in the Philippines. So the mobile ad rates in Thailand, so this is the portal search. You can see that the rates are anywhere from like $10 down below. But if you're at the top of a page for the mobile operator portal for search, you'll be paying about $10 CPM. And you can see the CTRs are very high. So 16%, 8%, 11% for the campaigns. And even at the bottom of the page, it's like 4%. So again, this is search. This is people looking for something. And it's on the operator portal sites. So the advertisements that go there are high quality stuff. But nevertheless, very good performance. And this is one of the operators in Thailand, just their general ad space. And you can see that they're charging for Thailand, very good premiums. So $13 for the top CPM, $10 for other pages, and $6 CPM below that. For this kind of advertising, you're not going to see the full fulfillment like we do with the search. But nevertheless, big brands are advertising here. This is AAS that we're looking at here, but it's probably the single biggest digital audience that you can get at in one place is this AAS portal, well organized, targeted, safe for the advertisers, et cetera. And so AAS has done a really good job on this. Line, which I think many people know here, after Japan and China and Taiwan, Thailand is one of the biggest user bases there. And so this has turned into actually something for big brands. So Thai Airways and the CP Group have got their own channels there with their own stamps, and it's growing, continuing to grow in Thailand. So now we'll turn from media and talk about some campaigns. So we got about 4 campaigns here I'm going to review with you. And the first one, more traditional ones. So the good old, hey, buy this and get something free always works very well. And so we got Gameloft, who is doing Men in Black 3. And if you get that game, you get another one free. And we saw a 5% click-through rate on this ad campaign. Very successful for them, so they were very happy with that. Another one from DTAC, the mobile operator there. Basically, they have a game room, and the ad was famous games here. So download from the game room. And this saw between 2 to 6% click-through rate into their site there. So it's also a very successful one. So this kind of advertising, like I said, is happening. The budgets renew. They get fulfilled and renewed almost automatically with some of these customers for operator portal, for our search, and for others that we're representing. So now move to the brand space, and I got 2 campaigns I want to mention. One is the QR code Talking Heads. How many people know this Talking Heads application? Okay, interesting. I was not familiar with it either. But what's interesting is that you see the agency that did this is Adapter Digital. And I tried to pick another campaign that was from a different agency. And you're going to see the next campaign. It turned out to also be from Adapter Digital. So I'll give them a nice plug here. The 2 leading campaigns last year, or in 2012 in Thailand, have been from this agency. So basically, the guy named Victor Petit's resume was done with this Talking Head application, which you'll see in a minute, because he felt that the regular resume was too boring. He wanted the resume to talk to the people that were looking at it. So Trident Gum picked this up and basically promoted in a magazine called The Day Bulletin, which is a free magazine that's in Bangkok and Chiang Mai. And I'll show you basically, come back to that in a minute. And we'll go and show you the campaign now. And where is it?
แรงดึงดูดสิ่งดีๆเข้ามาหาคุณนะคะ ไม่ว่าคุณจะยิ้มแบบไหนก็ขอให้ยิ้มเถอะค่ะเพราะว่าทุกครั้งที่คุณยิ้มออกไปคุณจะได้รับรอยยิ้มและความรู้สึกดีๆคืนกลับมาแน่นอนค่ะ ก็ยังมีเรื่องดีๆมาเล่าให้สาวๆฟังกันอีกเยอะ
So this campaign was quite successful. So from the magazine promotion and this video and word of mouth, 700,000 downloads of their app. And they got about 350,000 scans of people of using it. And then 50,000 people visited the site. So quite successful and very well-known campaign in Thailand. So the next one I'm going to talk about is a campaign from 7-Eleven. And the Ad Association in Thailand gives out an award called the Ad Man Award, and it's for different categories. So Best Integrated Campaign and the Best Mobile Campaign went to this. So 7-Eleven is part of the CP Group, which I mentioned a moment ago, which is a big conglomerate. And the CP Group is very much connected to True, the operator True there. So the idea was to get a community built to have loyalty and repeat visits to the stores, create a point program and make it fun and interactive. And so the players would get points from answering questions, and then they can pick up the questions and these other interactions from TV, from YouTube, and also from radio. Okay, again, adapted to this campaign. So you can see you pick up the information from YouTube and commercial and from radio. So I have two videos because this is such a well-done campaign. I'll first show you the ad that was on TV for this, and then I'll show you a video that gives them their bragging rights. So even though we can't understand what they're saying, let's speak Thai, but it's very, very attractive ad there, and makes you want to download the app, I think, quite nicely. And you can see, I can understand how for brands that trying to pull off something like this was difficult. This took CP Group, it took mobile operator, and it took an agency like Adapter to do it. They did a very good job. So this video will summarize sort of what the results of this campaign were, which I'll play for you here. Yeah, so I think that speaks for itself. Very, very well done, executed, and the results were great. Anyone who's visited Thailand, you see 7-Elevens everywhere. So this is a great way for 7-Eleven now to create a whole new layer of communication with their users, doing all the good things that we were seeing, points programs, using technology with an app to interact with the users and get them involved. So it's great. So, given the time of the day, I'll just fly right through to my summary here really quickly. So, Thailand has a very healthy ecosystem for mobile right now, and it's growing. And the penetration for 3G is hitting critical mass here soon. And ad response rates in Thailand are very good. They've always been very good, and they've sustained themselves. In the beginning, when we first started in Thailand, we said, there's no way this is going to stay like this at these high click-through rates. But they continue to today, actually. And so mobile content providers and app providers in Thailand take mobile advertising very seriously, committed budget, renewing all the time, measuring ROI, and spreading the budget across different media there. But the major brands are still at test level. So today, I know we asked San Miguel, are we still at the test phase or not? Not a clear question, but in Thailand, I think, a clear answer yet, maybe in the Philippines, but in Thailand it is still. There's only test budgets being thrown out for the moment. So more education, more tools are necessary, and more local successes are necessary. So we said, well, when is it going to really explode? When is there going to be this 7% or 10% allocation of budget in Thailand for mobile? As much as we'd love for it to be 2013, it looks like 2014 is the consensus opinion there. Maybe it'll be the fourth quarter of 2013, but probably not the second quarter at this point. So that's all I prepared. I appreciate the time, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Why don't you join us here?
Okay.
Yeah, 2014, you were mentioning. Every year when we have these types of congresses, not just here, but in the region as well, mobile marketers always claim that, hey, this year will be the year of mobile. Next year will be the year of mobile. So now you're claiming that 2014 is the year of mobile for Thailand, in terms of mobile marketing and advertising.
I'll say there'll be a bigger, a significant allocation of mobile, a budget to mobile in 2014.
Okay.
Whether it's the year or not, I don't know. I hope so. I didn't want to say that.
Yes.
But no, we're already seeing it. I have to say we are already seeing the signs that the mobilization in the agencies and advertisers is happening, but it's going to take time. And so you can already see for the next 6 months, it's not there. The second half of next year, the activities that will generate that for 2014 are starting to happen.
All right. Questions? Out of the 9 million smartphone users, how much of those are already on 3G?
That's a good question. I think the number I've heard, well, I think half of those users are not enabling data, are just using for music, and phone, and SMS. So that would be your number. I think anyone using data would be on 3G. Yeah.
All right. Questions? You want to know more about Thailand? Nana? Okay. Anything from the feed? You know, Thailand is, as you've said, a fairly similar market to the Philippines. And I think in your last statement, in your summary, the advertisers, the big advertisers, are still in the test phase. Because at the end of the day, when an advertiser asks you, or asks most of us, the agencies, for example, and they want scale, but they want it on the smartphones, it's not yet there. So here, pretty much some advertisers still resort to SMS. Is SMS, is mobile advertising, mobile marketing through SMS also active in Thailand, or is it a highly regulated country in terms of pushing SMS?
Well, it's not. I would not classify it as highly regulated. It's well, it's political, quite political. But But so you can do SMS marketing in Thailand. It is not, the response isn't good. And I think it's frowned upon, and it's really phased out quite a bit. So the interest in doing SMS marketing in Thailand has gone way down, is what I would tell you. So there are for example, AAS has an opt-in SMS marketing service, which is quite good. Other operators have tried to recreate that with little success. They just can't get the message through. They can't even get users to opt in on the program because those messages are just being buried or not looked at. The other problem is that there are a huge number of accounts that are not active all the time. So the SMS basically goes out into space somewhere. So I think that there are much better ways to reach consumers than SMS in Thailand right now,
All right.
exception of AS.
Okay, and last, I noticed in your graph that there's a big, vast market there, even bigger than the Philippines. The Philippines, I would think, is at best flat in terms of the vast growth. What drives the growth of value-added services in Thailand?
I might ask Mantri from our team. He'll give a better answer later on this one. But as I said, the key factors that have driven it till today are there still. It's at this point, innovation. For example, True has made a huge investment in a new music service, and now DTAC is following. AAS is also doing a variety of entertainment services that they're trying to follow on. But True has made a very big investment to try to really be the music store for Thailand. And so the network quality, the ability for people to reliably use the service, I think are the things that will keep pushing it out there. So now games are coming out. Angry Birds is super popular there. Those are the key things. We got the infrastructure and the behaviors are all there. So now big companies with big budgets are now launching major media products there.
All right. Last chance for questions. All right, Mark. Thank you very much. Oh.